Welcome back to the Pokemon HeartGold walkthrough. In the last part we took a couple of voyages on the SS Aqua, and in this part we are back in Blackthorn City for a second visit to the Dragon's Den. After you have defeated Silver in Mount Moon, he will go back to the Johto region to train his Pokemon. You can find him in the Dragon's Den next to the temple. When you talk to him, you will eventually be joined by Lance and Clair. Silver will team up with you in the multi-battle against Lance and Clair. This battle can be very tough, and I recommend that you postpone it at least until you have cleared out the Kanto gyms. You will have access to your complete party during the battle, while Silver will bring with him 3 of his team members, his starter Pokemon, his Crobat and his Gengar. Note that Silver has finally evolved his Golbat into a Crobat, which is a friendship-based evolution, a sign of him changing his personality for the better. As for the battle itself, Lance will begin with his Gyarados while Clair is sending out Dragonair. I will be using Stantler in the hopes of using Thunder to take out Gyarados. Silver's Feraligatr knows Ice Fang and should be of great help in taking on Clair's Dragonair. At the start of the battle, getting paralyzed from Thunder Wave is highly likely. If possible, giving your Pokemon cherry berries to hold before the battle will be a good idea. Clair is now sending out her highest level Pokemon, a level 60 Dragonite. I will keep concentrating on Gyarados. You should focus your efforts on Lance's Pokemon for as long as possible, while leaving it to Silver to hopefully take care of Clair's Pokemon. In a fortunate turn of events, Feraligatr manages to freeze Clair's Dragonite. Stantler finally manages to hit Gyarados with Thunder, which promptly takes it out. Stantler is holding the choice specs to increase its special attack. Lance is sending out Charizard. This is a difficult Pokemon for me to match up against. Before the battle I made Poliwrath hold a Lumberry, thinking that Charizard would be sent out earlier in the battle and that I needed to protect Poliwrath from Thunder Wave from Clair's Dragonair. This strategy will soon turn out to be a complete failure. Meanwhile, Clair is sending out her last Pokemon, which is her Kingdra. At this point, Kingdra will not be the biggest threat to me in Silver. Charizard, on the other hand, is a much bigger threat, and giving Poliwrath a Lumberry to hold has turned out to be a complete miscalculation on my part. Charizard always wants to attack Poliwrath with Air Slash as long as Poliwrath is out on the field, and so the wiser option would have been to have Poliwrath hold a Cobra Berry. Out of options for Charizard, I'm sending out Pidgeot in the hope that Silver's Pokemon can help me to take out Charizard before the combined forces of Kingdra and Charizard sweep both of our teams. I will use Fly against Charizard to keep Pidgeot away from attacks as much as possible. Luckily, Crobat takes out Charizard with Bite, while Pidgeot does a good amount of damage to Kingdra with an attack which was originally meant for Charizard. Lance is sending out his own Dragonite, which comes equipped with Draco Meteor and Hyper Beam, two very dangerous attacks. Draco Meteor, just like Overheat and Leaf Storm, will reduce the user's special attack by 2 stages after each use. Luckily, Dragonite fires off Draco Meteor against Silver's Gengar instead of Pidgeot. Dragonite will now be much less of a threat, while a U-turn from Pidgeot can easily take out Kingdra. Note that Lance and Clair will not use Hyper Potions, Max Potions or Full Restores to heal their Pokemon during the battle, which will make things much easier for you. It's time for Mamoswine to take a shot at Dragonite. Fire Punch is a problem, but Mamoswine is holding an Oka Berry to reduce the damage from that. Ice Fang is not quite enough to take out Dragonite, given that Lance's Dragonite is 19 levels higher than Mamoswine. In retrospect, I see that I should have used Avalanche instead. But things are not so bad, given that Clair has no more Pokémon left and that Lance's Dragonite has reduced special attack. I can now send out Typhlosion and safely chip away at its HP until it goes down. It is critical that your own Pokémon can survive the first few blows from Draco Meteor or Hyper Beam. X Special Defense can be very useful in this regard. Given the high level of this Dragonite, it can easily demolish your team if you're not careful. In the next part of the walkthrough we will go to the Whirl Islands and explore them in full.